Good afternoon, evening, morning, we tubers. Here we are on our first visit to the property. Have my beautiful wife Laura along with me, and you're riding along as she sees the property for the first time. So as we're coming up on the property, as we kind of come around this corner here, up this hill, what are you thinking about, honey?
I'm just surprised how big everything looks. I guess watching it when you filmed it, it just seems so much smaller. I know that we're not even on our property yet, but the space around it and the houses and how far apart they are seems so much bigger.
Yeah, so this is the dividing line. We're going to get up on the edge of these pines up here and kind of cuts off to the east or off to our right. There's a thin line of these pine stand that we're coming up on. So the property hasn't really started yet. Basically just around this bend and up the hill. So you can see our neighbor has already mowed his grass, and we will be doing that soon. So our property basically starts from about right here for all intents and purposes. So it was a beautiful day after a lot of driving and a long road trip from the Communist Republic of Oregon. And this is what freedom looks like. If we had smell-o-vision, you'd be able to smell it. But here we are on the family truckster, and what are you seeing, honey, as we go along right here?
Well, at first I was really confused about where the line was because I didn't know where the lines were. And so I knew that our property was off to the right, but I didn't know when that started. So, and then I was surprised how long it took us to get back to the edge of our property, which just surprised me in a good way how big it was.
Yeah, so everything from the middle of this road to the right is our property, and everything from the middle of the road to the left is the neighbor's property. So as we come down this hill right here, we're going to see what will be our future driveway. Um, and again, this just makes me think about work. And looking at this, you just see all the work. So our driveway will be right there through the trees, but as we continue through here, you're not going to see it on camera, but there were two turkeys that popped up out of the just in front of us. It was a little ways, but the camera didn't catch it. So as we're driving along here, what are some of your other thoughts? Did I lie to you about this property? Do you think that I oversold it? What are your thoughts?
No, in fact, I thought that you undersold it because I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was smaller than it was, even though, we look at the amount of acres on paper. Um, I was overwhelmed at the size and the all the wood that we'll be able to harvest for sustainability, to burn, to make fencing out of, to all of that stuff. So um,
Yeah, and as we get up here, again, this is at the top of this little draw, and I got stuck down here because this is all gumbo clay soil, and I came down here and I was by myself, and I everything again off to the right is still ours, and then the road is the dividing line. But as I got down here, I was turning around down closer to these trees where I'm gonna turn around, and it was so slick that I thought, yeah, I'll just back down the hill a little bit and get a good run at it. Well, I ended up midway down. This draw over to the right here is ours. There's a creek right here that we're faced right at that is the dividing line again for the neighbor's property. But I ended up halfway down that hill and pointed in the wrong direction and heading closer to the trees. So I called in reinforcements, and luckily a fellow was kindly enough to do me out of my $200 and get me towed back up the hill with his tractor. So we're just turning around right here again, and this is her seeing it for the first time. So we're kind of doing a drive-by. And again, it was an absolutely beautiful day, and we'd done a lot of driving to this point, 2,700 miles. What's 50 more miles or so? But yeah. So what do you think about all the grass that needs to be cut down here?
Oh, well, all I could think was, when can we get a tractor and can we have it right now? And because looking at the land, it's kind of hard to see the shape and how dramatic the hills are. But having the camera on top of the truck like we do here, you can see a lot more than we could see as we were actually driving through, which was really neat to watch it back and see how it came out. I was really looking forward to getting to work right away. I'm actually excited. Not excited to move furniture and things like that, but very excited to get on the property and working it.
Yeah, and that brings me to a great point, which is here, this Saturday, we will be blessed to hopefully receive our stuff, and the horror of moving will
Commence?
commence. We'll be encapsulated in a ball of misery, wrapped around pain, wrapped around suffering. Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. So as we come up here, we're going to make this left turn, and this actually will be our driveway. So we'll have a big old sign up here in between the trees, and it'll say, "Welcome to Hedgehog's Homestead." But this, in the springtime right here, you can't even see through here because the foliage is so thick, and the trees are going to be a lot of fun because we're going to have to, if we're going to run power through here, we have to have 40 feet ground to sky clearance. So that's going to be some work, but there's a fellow down the hill that has a bucket truck, and I think he does this kind of work, so we were going to have to contract his services. But this is the driveway, and everything that you see inside of here, this is the clearing, and the actual home site is not completely defined yet. We have a pretty good idea, but it's not 100% exactly where it's going to be. I'll tell you approximately where I think it will be, but the little hedgehog and I still have to suss that out. So, and unfortunately, we don't get a pan on this, because off to the right is what I call the first clearing.
Sorry.
And coming up on again is the second clearing, which is, again, it's off to our right. We'll have better views of that later. But this broom sage is, I think that's what it's called, all needs to be mowed down. And we think that this clearing's about 60 acres. That's our best understanding. So, anyway, honey, as we come in here, what are you thinking about when you see all of this? And this is where we're going to live, breathe, farm, work, suffer, and have a lot of fun.
Well, what I thought right away was, oh, wow, did we go too big? Because it just seemed so big. And I can't imagine when the grass is mowed down how it's gonna feel, because it's not just the grassy area that's ours; it's down the hills a little bit. So I was almost coming off of working really hard to get here, was almost a little bit overwhelmed because it was. Your mind goes, oh, okay, we got to get to work. We got to get to work. And we haven't had a rest for a while, but got some weary bones, but that's good stuff. So
No rest for the wicked. So, and we're getting into about what I think, and we're maybe pretty close to an agreement on this, but basically,
sorry.
Right in this area is about where the homestead will be. It's pretty flat through here, but you can kind of see it slopes off. The property slopes off both directions, and there's some nice creeks, and we got some good video of us taking a walkabout. What you don't see very well is there's a lot of thistles through this broom sage. And but this actually is about the site, and that's why I stopped here to show her. Hey, looky here. We're faced north right now, and there's lots of work to be done. But it's beautiful, and this is what we've been talking about all along, about chasing your dreams, and we're finally here.
Yeah.
We're out of the communist republic, and we are looking forward. We're looking forward to freedom. We're looking forward to making this our place and us together, and you guys come along for the ride and watch what we're going to do. A lot of exciting things, and again, there's a lot of work to be done, but at the end of the day, it's going to be some big bonfires and some cookouts, and Laurel will do a lot of crying, and I might have to join her, and there'll be some pain involved, and
yeah. Well, what is the first thing that we're gonna do?
Well, the first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna have to stay tuned and see it. But the first major project we're going to do is clear our home site. So we're going to measure that, stake it, and we got to clear a site, and then we're going to have a couple loads of rock brought in. We're still headed to the northern boundary, off to the east of us right here. The northeast is basically where the 4 deer were harvested at. So as we get down to these trees down here, we'll turn around, and that's the northern boundary of the property. And if you looked to the northwest of here, that would be the property line. So as we come down this little hill, those trees up there are essentially our property line, and then it heads kind of due east from there.
That area where all those dark brown things are off to the left side, that's all thistles, and so that has to be taken care of right away too.
Well,
but that's also all within the grass, and so we walked through that and got pretty scarred up later that day.
Yeah, I ruined my good sweats doing that. Kind of disappointed, but so yeah, as we were here, this is the northern boundary of the property, and we're just going to do a quick U-turn, and you'll kind of see the vista and what I've been telling her about forever. And I've walked this property I don't know how many times. I'd come out here every weekend, both days on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday when I was living over here. And I would just walk and know that this is where I need to be. The only thing I'm missing was my little hedgehog and the rest of the critters that are supposed to be here with us. Medium hedgehog and the two dogs and Granny hedgehog.
Yep.
But so it wasn't quite the same, and it wasn't. Now it's enjoyable for me because everybody will be able to share in that and be able to see what it becomes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're excited about. So 2022 is all about chasing our dreams and turning our dreams and hard work into stuff that is tangible. But we're going to get up here just a little bit, and this is kind of where it's all at right here. So this is looking basically south, and the best thing for me is that you see nothing else. Everywhere you look is our property.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you see is our property, and it just is. We've lived in apartments and subdivisions
Mm-hmm.
Our whole life, and so this is what our dreams are made of right here. And this is why we're taking on this task. This is why we've committed to this journey together, and with you guys too. This is what it's all about right here.
We're very happy to take you guys along and share it all with you, the good and the bad. It's not going to be an easy road, because we're going to do as much of it as we can ourselves, and we're not young people. So that is going to be a journey with some sweat and tears, and but I look forward to doing it beside my husband.
Yep, there'll probably be some blood involved, hopefully not copious amounts. But yeah, I mean, there's sure to be pain involved. There's sure to be misery involved. But at the end of the day, we're doing this for us. We're doing this because we're unplugging from maybe modern life in some ways. Not modern life of convenience, but from subdivision life, from this is ours. Everything you see here is a blank canvas that we're going to make. That's what's exciting. It's also terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's frightening. It's exhilarating. It's scary. And it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
And we're just started. And there are so many things to come that it's going to be exciting. So buckle up, hold on, and come and see what happens. 2022 is going to be amazing. So you guys come along with us. Like and subscribe if you wish. Your plug, please.
My plug?
Yeah, your normal sign off.
My normal sign off.
Yeah.
God bless all of you guys, and we hedgehogs appreciate you. We appreciate the people that have been along with us, as everybody who's heard what we're going to do gets to actually see us do it. And I'm completely excited. Can't wait to get some animals, and just all the dreams that we've been dreaming about. It's going to be a little harder than what we expected because of the time that we're in. But I think we're going to grow tremendously from it, I should say. So, God bless you guys, and please come along with us and enjoy the ride.
Thanks so much, and I think you guys will enjoy it, and I think we're going to enjoy looking back at everything that's going to come, and yeah, happy to have you guys along.
Sorry.
Happy to have you guys along, and tell your friends about it if you like it. And as we move along, just get ready. So we're going to have a big adventure from 2022 and beyond, freeing the chains of desk and office work.
Yep.
And the other constraints that we had on our lifestyle, and Laura being a caregiver, and now it's time to do our thing. So like and subscribe, and as always, God bless. Have a hedgehoggy day.
Have a hedgy day. God bless.